ground this morning and we noticed the huge fans and the water sprays to keep the players cool. How much are you adjusting your training sessions given the intense heat at the moment? And it may sound extreme, but do you think it's safe training out there in temperatures that are touching 40 degrees?
It's almost impossible to make or to train, to make session because of the weather. Now we are trying just to save energy for the game. This morning session has been very, very, very short. Has been just about tomorrow game, plan for tomorrow, and that's it. No more than that, because as you can see, it's quite difficult to, it's not easy with this condition, with this temperature, but we are going to try to do our best.
The gentleman in the second row here, please.
Hello, Coach. Arafat from Tunisia. So my question is, what's your opinion about your opponent? What are the main qualities of Esperance? And second, do you think that the atmosphere that Esperance fans make can be an advantage for the team?
In terms of team, I watch both games. I watch some games also in their league, and I watch both games. Even against Flamenco, they were in the game until the end. They conceded the second goal last 15-20 minutes. They were losing 1-0. So they did a good game. Against Los Angeles, they won, and they did a good game. So for sure, it's going to be a tough game for this and for more condition. At the end, I think, yes, for sure, the fans, they are important. But at the end, the players, they're going to play the game against between each other. And we're gonna, as I said, we're gonna try to win the game and to go through the next stage.
John, second row, please.
Hi, Enzo. John Cross, Daily Mirror. I was just going to ask you a little bit more about the weather and the conditions. Really, it's difficult to train in, but also I wondered how you felt the sort of the kick-off times, the conditions in air-conditioned stadiums, air-conditioned areas. What have you made of it generally, and I don't know, how difficult is it to stop it being an excuse at any level for the players?
No, but it's not. Anyway, we know each other from 1 year ago. I always try to avoid excuse. I always try to be honest. It's not about excuse. It's about reality. It's excuse when it's not hot and we say that it's hot. That is excuse. But if hot, it's hot, and it's difficult to work with this temperature. But we are here. We are trying to do our best. And we're going to try to win tomorrow game. This is the only thing that we can say and we can do. Now, in terms of session, it's impossible to do a normal session. Otherwise, you don't save energy for the game. So we're going to try again. We did the session this morning, quite short, prepare the game, and tomorrow we're going to try to do our best to go, as I said, next stage.
Peter, over here, the third row, please.
Hi Enzo, Peter Rutzler from The Times. You mentioned this after the game against Flamengo, that you tried something different and it looked like you changed your system. I wanted to ask you particularly about Cole Palmer, who seemed to be covering the right a lot more. We haven't really seen that last season. I was wondering if you could just explain that a little bit, what the thinking was. And then also, do you feel like you have to experiment during this tournament? Is there a need to try these things because you don't really have much other time?
The Flamenco game, Cole and Enzo on the ball, they were occupying the same position that they used to occupy during the season. I mean, Cole was in the right side, Enzo in the left side, both in the pocket, attacking midfielder. Off the ball, Cole was defending a little bit more wide, but the position on the ball was exactly the same position that they had during the season. If it's a good moment or not to try new things, I don't know. But we also are here to, to think about the future and to try different system. Last year we played 3-4 different systems during the season. The idea is to continue to evolve, to continue to improve, and to try different things.
James, front row, please.
Hi Enzo, James Ollie from ESPN. There's big prize money on offer at this tournament, £97 million to the winner. Have the owners talked to you about that at all? And do you feel under any financial pressure to do well at this tournament?
No. The owners they just want the best for us, and for the players, game by game, and they are not talking about the final prize or the final reward in terms of money, and they never put pressure on me or on the players in terms of we need to win this tournament because of the money. They just want to try to win for everyone, for them, for the club, for the fans, for the players, for me, for everyone. So it's not just about the money side.
Nizar, front row, please.
Hi Enzo, I wanted to ask you about Nicholas Jackson as well. He wasn't in training. How are you handling him now he's suspended? And also a word on Christopher Nkunku. Is he still part of your plans? There's a bit of noise around him today, having some interest from Man United.
Nico was not in the session this morning because it's the day before the game, and we just used the one that we're going to prepare the game. So because he's not in the game tomorrow, was not with us. We use the ones that they are available for tomorrow. And then the other one? Cristo is with us. It's our player. He's doing very well in the last 4 or 5 days, to be honest. So probably also we can think to give him some chances. For sure tomorrow we're going to make rotation because the ones that they played 2 games, they are quite tired to play again. So we need to make rotation, and we see if there is any chance for the ones that in this moment they are not playing a lot.
Jason, second row, please.
Hi Enzo, Jason Burt from The Telegraph. Just going back to the conditions, obviously the heat and the humidity, are you worried at all about the effect it's going to have on the players at the end of such a long season in terms of their physical well-being? And also, are there any special measures you're taking in terms of recovery, anything extra you're doing to try and help them recover properly?
Yeah, recovery properly, we are not training almost. We are just doing very, very short session. We try just to be clinical, doing the right things that we need for game preparation. And then in terms of it, we have the cooling break that during the game help a little bit. And then they just said to me this morning that for us tomorrow will be the 60 games of the season, just official game. If you put some friendly game, even more, but 60 games. And in any case, yes or yes, on the legs of the players, it's the end of the season, 60 games are 60 games. The ones that also they have international games, it's even more. But again, we try to give them as much as time possible to recovery and to be fit and to be ready for the next that we have ahead of us.
Are you worried about the effect it's going to have on them going forward for the next season?
Honestly, no, because after this we have some weeks off, finally, and we can all recover and go again.
Ben, front row, please.
Hi Enzo, Ben Jacobs from TalkSport. If you progress, it's likely to be Bayern. PSG could be on your side of the draw as well. Do you view those kind of fixtures, if you get these teams, as a kind of rehearsal for Champions League football?
Make the same question tomorrow night after the game. If we go through, we talk about Bayern. It's in case we are able to win and we're gonna face Bayern or PSG, will be very nice. But in this moment, the main focus has to be about tomorrow, because football is full of bad surprise, and we don't need surprise. We need to be ready, win the game, and then after tomorrow night, we can start to talk about, I don't know if Bayern or PSG, we see.
Jacob, front row, please.
Hi Enzo, Jacob Steinberg from The Guardian. Marc Cucurella went to the final of the Euros last year. Friday was his 57th appearance of the season. Obviously it's been so important for you this season, but it doesn't feel like there's maybe an obvious sort of step up, an obvious replacement for him in the squad. Are you worried at all about his workload, and do you think that's something that you need to address this summer, making sure that you have a deputy for him?
Yeah, we use during the season also Malo Gusto in that side. At the beginning of the season, Renato Vega was with us using him, so we had a different option in that side. For sure, in that position is the only fullback we have, it's left fullback. But I think Rhys James did a few times against Newcastle at home. Malo Gusto did a few times in that side, so we can find a different solution. Even Josh did for us. That is another one that is not playing a lot, but is one of the players that I really like. It's we see now when we finish the season if we need to do something also there.
Okay, if there's no more questions, we'll end it there. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
For your time.